Hello everybody. Sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. Sometimes you're the windshield and sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes you wake up at 7 in the morning and you pull out your phone and you go on the Facebook and you find out that there's a limited edition of the Neverending story from the Folio Society with only 75 copies available, and you mash them buttons and somehow you get it. What luck! Things don't always work out my way, but when they do, it's nice. So just as I described, I was pulling that thing up just to see what's what. And there it is. I bought it, I got it, and today it is in. And gosh, I'm hoping for the best. Anyway, from the UK to Central Florida, it's here. I think I've got a diary and a sweet old catalog included also. But I didn't know it was coming and just got lucky. The Neverending Story, limited edition from the Folio Society, limited to 75 copies and signed by the artist. I need to have it. So I bought it. I took it, and here it is. This is a book that I haven't read. I've got a long history with the story, though. When the movie was new to VHS anyway. But when I watched the movie, The Neverending Story, it hit a note deep, deep inside of me. And I associated with it, and I was there, I was in. But it was a different way than probably most people are. When I saw a kid in an attic reading a book, skipping school, I did that. I did that myself. I skipped school more than once. But I skipped school one day, and I was hiding out in the upstairs part of this old abandoned house. The first floor had caved in. Probably wasn't safe for a kid to be in. But I was hiding out in the top, bored. Nothing to do, but at least I wasn't at school. And so what did I do? I decided to read a book that was assigned to me at school that I didn't want to read on my free time, but now I had nothing else to do. So I'm reading that book, and then when I saw The Neverending Story, I felt like I was that kid hiding out. So it meant something to me. Watched it several times. Years later, when my kids are... I'm a grown-up, I got kids. We're at the hotel one night looking for something to watch. I break out a DVD called The Neverending Story, plugged it into my computer, plugged it into the hotel TV, and the kids dug it too. So my experience is movie-ish. And I've always wanted to read this story, I just never have done it. Folio Society gives me a chance to own a book I wanted to read, a limited edition, and man, it sounds nice. So let's get to it, open it up, and see exactly how she looks, and hope that what I got is not bashed in, beat up, busted up. Hoping for the best. Cross fingers, if I may. How do you open this box? I've opened some Folio Society boxes, so you would think I would have this method figured out already. But let's get into it. It was delivered FedEx. The FedEx person dropped it inside my gate so my dog could enjoy it before I got home. But luckily my dog wasn't interested, although the FedEx driver is probably not happy. I had intended to leave the gate open and put the dog up, and I just totally forgot. Get it open, see what we got here. All right, so here's what we got with the Folio Society. A box and this, I guess it's, I don't know, whatever you call it. You can tell me what it is. See how I got a little beat up right here on a corner? That's a little worrisome. I'm sure enough, obviously, hoping for the best. It's a limited edition. That's what concerns me most about this one. It's not like it's one of 2,000 copies printed. There's 75 limited edition copies, and I don't believe there's much difference in this case between this limited edition and the standard edition, which is limited to 1,000 copies, I believe. I didn't order it. I just ordered this limited here. I figured it ought to be good enough. So it came with other stuff. Let's see what other stuff. I got a Folio Diary 2023. So it's good for next year. Also, we got the catalog. I got one of these in the mail. So I don't exactly need this one. I think I got one. The one I got in the mail looks a little different. I don't know. Some people like those too. But this is what I'm here to see. This is what worries me, which I'm excited for, and all of that stuff. So they wrapped it up in this clearish, see-through plastic. You can see Neverending Story, title code NESS, and copy number 65. So I'm assuming that means I got number 65 out of 75. And it's unfortunate. I don't want to necessarily have to do it, but I got to rip this out of here. Because saving books in a wrapper just doesn't excite me. I'm the guy that has to have my book out. Book on the shelf, on display. No shrink wraps, no plastic wraps, none of that. But it's kind of a shame because they wrapped it up all nice and neat for me. But here, that's the way it goes. Let's get her opened up. Can't do this fast enough. Uh-oh, I tore it. Is that bad luck? I don't know. And right off the bat, I gotta look and see, is it damaged before I do anything else? Is it damaged? And knock on wood, I don't think it is. I think I dodged a bullet. So far, let's take a look. The slipcase is described as printed and pearl blocked. A printed and pearl blocked slipcase. I don't exactly know what that means, but here it is. You can see a little, the sheen, the beautiful, beautiful pictures on the slipcase. What you don't wish for will always be beyond your reach. It is beautiful. And it is a beautiful slipcase. Show you the back. For those of you who like to put your books on the shelf the wrong way, I'm sorry. There's no titles or anything there, so you may be stuck putting it on the correct way with the spine out. Anyway, do it how you do it. Doesn't matter much to me, but a beautiful slipcase. And let's open it up and see what this book looks like. So the book is, they say the book is bound in block art silk. And there's the cover. And it looks so good. Let's see here. Let's put them all together so you can see the whole shebang. Can you see that? Whew, looks nice together. But block art silk, can you see? It's a little bit shiny, satiny looking. Now, I'm no expert on block art silk. I did read where somebody said block art silk is fake silk. It's not real silk, but it looks nice. Looks nice on mine. And then another amazing, excellent feature here are the printed page ends all the way around, 3 sides. Also very, very nice. Now, one of the descriptions I read on the Folio Society's website said that this book was designed intentionally to be very close to the book described in the Neverending Story. And what we end up with is a beautiful thing. Of course, I think it specifically says there's no illustrations in the book, and this one has illustrations. There are 8 full-page illustrations, as well as some others. We'll open it up and we'll take a look and we'll see what all that entails. So the Neverending Story, written by Michael Ende, and it was translated, the way I understand it, it was translated into English by Ralph Manheim, translated into different languages by different people. And this particular book is illustrated by Mary Alice Harrell, and it should be signed by the artist. So with that said, let's open it up. We've seen how beautiful it is on the outside. Let's open it up and see what else there is to see. Holy cow, look at these end papers. I don't know if you've seen the end papers on this yet, but unbelievable, phenomenal. These end papers are amazing. They are metallic printed, and it looks it. The back is a little bit different than the front, just slightly. So I'll show you, and you can decide for yourself what all differences there are, but very nice. At this point in this unboxing, I'm extremely excited about this edition, this issue. And here's the limitation page, signed by Mary Alice Harrell, and it is number 65 of only 75 limited edition copies. And like I said, there's 1,000 copies of the standard edition, and I honestly don't know what's different, if anything, besides the signature page, the limitation page, between this limited edition and that one. But the way I look at it is the limited edition version, this one here, would be the most desired one. So I wanted it anyway. I wanted it. The price wasn't too ridiculous. It was, I think, $215 in US dollars, a little over $200. And so I wanted this one. So I got this one and I skipped on the standard. Just because if I'm going to have one and I have the opportunity to get the top level one, the top tier one, I'll get it if I can. If I can. So there's a little bit of information about illustrations telling you what pages they're on and such as that. I won't use that for this, but I probably should. They might not be easy to find. The book is printed 2 colors throughout, and I'll just show you a little bit of what I see as I go through. The print size, here we go. So here's an example of the 2-color printing. Man, it's just magnificent, beautiful, fantastic. I love it. The text size is a little bit small and the margins are very big. So that might put some folks off. Looking at it, it looks awesome. But if I'm going to read this edition, it's not ideal as a reading book, which I won't. I don't usually read my limited edition books. I'll end up reading a more economically priced version, as in the cheapest version I can get. Some ratty paperback tends to be what I end up reading when I read a book. I like to be able to read a book without worrying about damaging it in any way. I know a lot of folks love the luxury reading experience. For me, reading fine editions takes the enjoyment out of the reading because I'm more worried about what I'm doing physically to this book as I read it than I am enjoying the reading experience. So reading a ratty old paperback or hardback copy that's messed up already, I don't worry at all about what I'm physically doing to the book. Just able to focus on the story. And to me, that's a truly enjoyable reading experience. So this book has a lot of illustrations. I'm not going to show you them all, but it has a lot of things like that, which are in the book. I forgot what they called them, but I'm going to try to find the big ones. 8 full-page illustrations. I don't know how easy they'll be to find because the illustrations don't go all the way to the end of the pages, although the paper is a little bit different, so maybe I can find some of them. All right, so here's another one of those beautiful full-page illustrations, and this book is nice. I'm really pleased with what I got. You don't always know. When they advertise something, a lot of publishers will make it sound really good, but the back of my mind, that suspicious part of my brain, always tends to think, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. But when I got this book in hand, it's better than what I expected. It really is. It feels nice. It feels like quality. And I don't know why, but I was expecting to be a little bit disappointed when I got this book in hand. I was expecting it to feel a little bit more like a trade hardcover book, but it's not. This feels like a quality book, like what I would expect to get when I'm paying a lot of money for a book. And so this completely, absolutely is a satisfying get. I'm so happy about what I got. I'm very happy that FedEx or anybody else, whoever handled this book, didn't destroy the book, although the box did take a little bit of a beating. So it seems like the illustrated pages are slightly stiffer than the others. And here is a 2-page illustration. And that, anyway, the illustrated pages are slightly stiffer. It's making it a little easier for me to find them than I thought I would. They kind of flip out differently than the other pages. So yeah, it's not bad. Maybe I'll be able to show them all to you for those of you that want to see them all. Anyway, I can't say enough good things about this edition of this book. Is it a keeper? Absolutely. For those of you that were asking, by the way, it's a keeper. I'm going to be excited to have this one on my shelf. One of the issues that I have with the limited editions of the folios and even the Easton Press is I tend to put these books in order of which they were published on my shelves. And the limited editions, I've said, well, what do I do with them? I'll have a limited edition section and a standard edition section. But when the standard editions and the limited editions look a lot alike when they're sitting on the shelves, it kind of takes that question out. I can put it in with the standard editions and it doesn't look out of place or different. And I don't really care if anybody knows if it's limited or not, because really the only people that come here and look at my books are me, my kids, my wife, and that's just about it. Anyway, The Neverending Story by Michael Ende, a beautiful edition, an extremely nice addition to my collection, my Folio Society collection, my book collection in general. Glad to have it. I feel lucky. Anyway, thanks for your time. Hope you liked my video. C'est la vie, baby. Doo-doo.